What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NDA podcast. This is episode cosine 34. I'm joined by Kev, and Wex is finally back with us, here to go over some of week 7's games. Nice. Going over some of week 7's games, including the game of the week, and then we'll announce the game of the week for week 8 and go over some of the outcomes that could possibly happen. We'll see what happens when we get there. But first, let's jump into the game of the week for week 7 that happened. We had Rooster versus our boy Wex, who can actually talk about it now. So Wex, I want to throw it over to you because this was your game. I want to know, how'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, if I'm honest, I'd rather not talk about it.
What you mean? You should be excited.
I mean, yeah, I won, but looking at how badly I played, it's kind of like, it's a bit, like.
It wasn't optimal for sure.
Not very optimal of me, you know. Such as using Heatwave, not very optimal. But I had a few mishaps, not really on plays, but more on targeting errors. I'm pretty sure I targeted. I tried to sleep the Regigigas. Now he didn't go sleep anyway. Instead of targeting, I think it was Amoongus or something like that, or Wheezing, where I should have probably tried to sleep it. But in the end, it worked out okay for me. I won 2-1. The only match this week that ended 2-1. That's a bit of a spoiler for all the rest of the games, but yeah, it's only a minute in, and I've already spoiled it. Great.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They don't know who actually won. They don't know who actually won.
Yeah,
they just know it's a sweep either way.
Yeah. No, but I was pretty happy enough with how I played. Did I just say I was going to sleep the Amoongus? Well, I can't really sleep the Amoongus, can I? I'm a bit stupid about that. But there was something else that I forgot to do. I think sleep.
It was the Noivern, right?
Yeah, I think it was. But I was I played okay. But.
Could be worse.
It's whatever.
You could bring G-Max Pikachu and still not realize it's G-Max Pikachu. It could be that bad. You know.
Also, my calc. I don't know what's up with the damage calc, but damage calc was wrong. My investment that I had on Genshou, I was living G-Max full tackle from G-Max Pikachu on my calculator. So I was like, oh, I'm chilling. I can just do this and I'm free to just kill him, whatever. Turns out me and Rooster ran it the night after, or a few days after, just to check. And yeah, I just die in one hit. So, the calculator nearly cost me there.
Did you have a light ball? Is it light ball?
He was running light ball, yeah. I had that in the calculator, so I sent Rooster the screenshot, and I was like, look, everything's I don't know what the hell's happening here. Something's wrong, I don't know why, but
yeah, maybe it was leveling or something.
Could have made it
maybe still clicked or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
either way, you still won. So
yeah, so a win's a win. Rooster is not undefeated. He doesn't get to break the win streak record again, and second year in a row, I stopped his 6-game win streak. So I think that's pretty funny. Being the person to do that 2 years in a row tonight? ? But no. I was just doing it for Kev to help him out if he won.
Yes, sir.
If you won, yeah, that's always
a pretty big
debate.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not sure yet. But no, overall, I was pretty happy with it. Rooster played well as well. Played well, but
as well as he could have. Yeah. That's a tough.
I mean, it was like Calyrex just dies to Yveltal, so it was a bit of a hindrance for him. So I did have the better matchup overall, but and he did play well. I'll give him that, he did play well. But I played poorly. He played. It was a lot closer than I thought it was. Well, than he thought it was going to be. Anyway, he said he thought it was going to be 2-0, but 2-1. I'd say he's pretty happy to get a point from that. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I don't know what you guys want to say about it, or if you want to say anything else.
I think Kevin, you want to go first? You can.
I was just trying to refresh my memory. You won game 1, right?
Yeah, I won game 1-3.
When he maxed Noivern, and then game 2 he went straight Wheezing Gigas, right, and just maxed Gigas.
Yeah, maybe. I honestly can't remember.
Oh no, he went Gigas Noivern, right?
Gigas Noivern, actually.
Yeah, and he just protected and tried to set up Tailwind, I think. Yeah, I was just trying to remember what he did to catch a dub, because it's honestly impressive for Rooster that he.
Yeah.
You had such a good matchup, like Mienshao for Gigas and Veltal for Calyrex. It's such a good matchup for you.
The calc I had was meant that Mienshao killed with a close combat, I killed Gigas, maxed or not. Which was I killed him max if he had a helping hand. I think from Clefairy. I think Clefairy had it with a helping hand.
Yeah, but you ended up Fable, but you ended up going with
Fable. Going Roserade.
Yeah, Roserade, which he handled pretty well. He didn't let Roserade do any of the shenanigans I wanted to do.
Yeah. I think that's all I really have to say about my match. I think we can move on really.
Did you ever get off a worry seed?
Oh, no, that was one thing. So I had worry seed for using, but didn't really get a chance to get it off. I'm pretty sure I died like just before because that Sash, but he just used Hailstorm. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha. Well, yeah.
I think we can move on to the one of the upcoming redemption arcs following my footsteps with Quartz. Quartz getting a win.
Yeah, we got Quartz v Harrison. Oh, Harrison was put in a blender here.
Definitely didn't already spoil the outcome for this game last podcast. So freshly talk about it right now.
Yeah.
You guys don't know. Here it comes. Quartz won. Redemption arc inbound.
2-0, by the way. This was pretty. It was a good game. For Quartz anyway. Not really so much for Harrison. It was kind of just a. Yeah, I guess I'll shrug and move on kind of thing. Quartz Kyurem first game went absolutely ape. Like it went ham. Did a lot of damage as Kyurem does. And there just wasn't a good enough answer from Harrison in this scenario. So it was rough. Game 2, it was more of the same, but I mean Groudon really couldn't do anything when it maxed. It was just Quartz just fully throttling Harrison, and it's rough to see. It's rough to see because we've all been there before, and there's just like no adjustment you can possibly make to really, win a game. And it's like, bump. I guess I'll just cry myself to sleep now. I don't know. What do you guys feel?
Well, I think like Kyurem did its thing, but I think what it did so well was that it was a distraction almost. Like Harrison was so ready for, maybe not even ready, but like I know he was like Yachi Berry Groudon, but I guess he prepped for ice, and Kyurem did its thing still, but it paved the way for Golisopod to just do big damage. His liquidations and Aqua Jets were huge,
especially because Aqua Jet's priority. It really just mitigated like Crobat ever coming back in, and then he had to game 2. I think he switched into Charizard to not get hit by anything, and he wound up taking like over 70%. And it's just like, well, this just feels bad, And he couldn't do any damage to it either. There was no damage to be had there on the Golisopod. It was rough.
He had Tailwind up set by the Sigilyph, and he could just click liquidation, and then it goes away. Things were already chipped, and they're all in Aqua Jet range. And it was such a good bring this week. I think Quartz is really comfortable with the Golisopod. This is like the second or third season maybe he's had it, and it does some really good things for Quartz. So I think it was MVP. As much as his restricted Kyurem did its thing this week, I think it really just paved the way for Golisopod to do big damage. Actually, have anything? Did you catch that one?
We'll take that as a no. Okay.
We'll take that as a no.
All right. Moving on. I guess I can talk about this one since it was my game. It was me versus Mao. Going into it, I knew that. Listen, I felt like my only play was to pray. The Dene just did not come.
Excuse me.
Because that thing was giving me a lot of problems in prep, just paralyzing things and being annoying and helping hands and things like that. Being a fake out user as well makes it really annoying. Actually, no, it's not a fake out user. My bad.
It was doing nuzzles, eerie impulses.
That's what it was. Eerie impulse was destroying my Dialga wheezing plan, or not wheezing but coughing. You know what I mean. But didn't come, so I was like thankful, and I was able to get a 2-0. luckily, and then I had a nice set on Pelipper to be able to do what I needed to do. I had a scarf on it to outspeed things, and then
Scarf Pelipper was MVP in practice.
Yeah, it did a lot of work. Hydro pumps were doing so much, and I knew I didn't want to hit super effective into Necrozma? I don't want to hit super effective into it because I know it's an easy weakness policy user, like almost every single game, given its strong defensive stats. So I knew I didn't want to hit into it super effective, so I was trying to look at other alternatives. And Hydro Pump was doing like 40%. Liquidations were doing like 30%. I was just doing a lot of chip with what I had. So I wasn't necessarily scared of that thing. It was more so the support with the Dene just would render me useless with the Eerie Impulse with the Dialga that I was running that week. But yeah, Coughing was a G to stop Prankster, which was really clutch. It also stopped Storm Drain, but I don't think that ever came into play. Yeah, it was just all around. I think I brought the best team that I possibly could have, and I got the results that I wanted. What do you guys? Any other thoughts on the game?
I mean, I felt like you played pretty well. Like, I don't really see much. Like, it was 8-3. Like, when it's 8-3, like, I feel like it doesn't really reflect how good Mel played, but you just had a better matchup. You played well. Pelipper. It's pretty nice. I liked it. But apart from that, yeah, I think it was.
I just want to talk about, if you're done, Wex.
Yeah, I'm done.
How you completely just didn't back yourself, and then you ended up completely outplaying him. We're sitting here recording the podcast. You're saying, "Yep, yeah, not backing myself. Like, got no shot. All this 2-0, 8-3 differential. Like, I guess on paper it did look like you had a bad matchup, but Rain kind of.
Oh, it looked like I was screwed. I thought I was just getting bent over, but no.
We really didn't talk about how good Rain was for you in the podcast, which we kind of overlooked it. Maybe for your own benefit, because if we just exposed your strategy, maybe you would have been screwed. But
maybe, but honestly, like, I don't know. I felt like I was, because what does he do against a Rain team? Because I bring Hurricane, and I think it did like 98. No. That was something else. Maractus can't really do much because of the Hurricane that I can pull.
You had Ice Punch, right?
I had Ice Punch. If I really wanted to go full throttle, I mean, Seismitoad does get bounce, so I could get a max airstream off if I really wanted to. Like, I had ways of doing things around Maractus with what I had, so I wasn't necessarily concerned with it.
I'll just say this. I know I wasn't here the last couple of weeks, but Mel, thank you for being Max Maractus. I love that. I wasn't here to appreciate it fully, but just know I do appreciate it.
Just say, unlike Wex, you really prioritized a way for you to dominate the match. Like, you wanted to run Rain, Max Seismitoad. Okay, let me get Maractus the hell out of here with Hurricane.
Yeah.
You really just prioritized.
Well, no, I didn't kill him. I don't think I killed Maractus with Hurricane, because game 1 is when I maxed the Seismitoad. I'm pretty sure I just max Hailstormed into a spiky shield, and it just died. And then it didn't die. It was at like below half, and then I flamethrowered with.
It lived up. Yeah, no, went down to Sash, I think, and then Coughing flamethrowered it.
No. I don't think.
Game 1, you doubled into it. It went to Sash, or it lived on 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Coughing got a flamethrower off. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so you just prioritized it, so it wasn't a problem. You could click your buttons freely as you.
Whimsical.
Oh boy.
Oh, that picture. I had fun. I had fun editing last week.
I mean, listen. I played as good as I could. I knew Coughing was going to get max Quake, so I put in the Pelipper to avoid any damage that turn. I thought I played it pretty well, as well as I could have. And
game 2, when he wanted to self-proc the weakness policy, you got off 2 steel spikes before he was able to get his weakness policy. So like Coughing lived a weakness policy max Quake because it was at +2 defense already. Like it just
I knew that was gonna be the play. If he led Necrozma, I'm gonna want to steal spike into the other slot. I wasn't expecting a self proc with the Shadow Sneak. Like, I just didn't think he was gonna do it. I thought he was just gonna wait for me to do some damage and then him do it in return. But no, that works very well as well. I mean, I guess when you're a prankster mon and you can't do your prankster moves because of coughing's neutralizing gas, it kind of just makes you feel bad. So I mean, that's one of the only things you could have done in that situation to be useful. After that, it's kind of just, I guess I'll die kind of thing. Like, I guess I'll take a free switch here because I can't do anything else. But yeah, it was pretty clutch.
Last thing I want to say is I'm pissed that you talked me out of, because I was gonna back you and I was like, you know what, Justin, I'm feeling it this week, and he's like, no, that's so dumb. Like, I'm such blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, fine.
I was on a 3-game losing streak.
Who hurt you?
Into me. A lot of people. A lot of people.
Me. Lol.
Anyway, moving on. We have. Yeah, we have Griffin versus
William Fancy Son.
Just doing Will things, getting a win here. How do you guys feel about that match?
Game 1 was actually really close. Like, we called for Will domination, and the scoreline, it did go 2-0 to Will, but it wasn't as, like, the scoreline doesn't say everything. Like, Griffin definitely surprised and played very well. And might have won game 1 if Aegislash wasn't Colberberry. A maxed darkness from the Urshifu into the sword would have done a hell of a lot of damage if that thing wasn't Colberberry, and it was able to survive. And next to Eternatus, those two Eternatus finally woke up from sleep after some Milotic stall. With some coil and accurate hypnosises, Eternatus finally woke up and was able to get some kills, and Will kind of stalled game 1, and with Colberberry was able to live and get the job done. And then game 2, I was very, very excited. We saw Swoobat take the field for the first time, I think, and died. It did nothing.
Just
listen. Listen. All right. As much as I love Will for drafting Swoobat, he's a goat. He used it.
It's useless.
No.
That's what you're gonna say, right?
The tech that Will used,
dog
didn't
water
work.
poo shit.
No. So what he tried to do, ran Clutch Swoobat, so held items have no effect on Swoobat. So he put a Salt Vest on Swoobat in order to trick it onto his Trick Room setter. Assault Vest doesn't take place until the next turn, so he was still able to do the Trick Room, which was frustrating because then Swoobat would just die the next turn because it's a fast goat. So essentially, if he
How is it a goat if it just dies so much? I don't understand.
It took 2 turns of damage, and all it did was trick, and then it was slower the next turn because of Trick Room. Now, if Will was taunt Swoobat, team would have come crazy. He would have stopped Trick Room, and then he could have Simple Beamed the Blastoise, and Shell Smash would have given him +4 and everything, and Will would have swept, and it would have been fucking beautiful. He ran the wrong tech, and I'm sad. Either way, Swoobat's cute self took the field, and that's all I needed to see him. His little wings flap back and forth, and it was a great time.
Just to die immediately and be useless. Yeah. Will played good. Are we surprised? No.
Just where's he at the table? Where's he at the table now? Is he in 4th yet? Oh, he's in 5th. He's in 5th.
Yeah.
I mean, if I beat Mao this week, then he could go into 4th.
If you beat Mao and Will wins this game, your predictions coming more and more accurate.
I mean, again.
You said again and then didn't say anything, Wax. I'm confused.
To be fair though.
No, I meant to say that again. I predicted it right. So, I mean, everyone did this week, but I'm yet to get a Will prediction wrong. So. It was all a success to me.
Pain is all we feel on the prediction table.
I probably wanted to be heard.
I'm just in a league of my own. 10 points above everyone. What you saying?
Yeah,
Anyway, moving on. Let's
GG's
get
to Griff.
Yeah.
Griffin still played well despite the scoreline.
Yeah. I do think one touch. The one thing I want to touch on, maybe run recover on my Lodic. Yeah, it would feel a lot better because you wouldn't die as frequently, and then you can keep on spamming coils or muddy waters or whatever your heart desires.
No ice beam on it as well. That's odd.
Well, no, I mean the set's usually the set is coil, hypnosis, muddy water, and then protect or recover. So it just no ice beam. What if
especially
decent, but
yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And with that, we move on. We had Ryder versus Germ. Now, Ryder about to come different. Ryder about to come different. I know this. We all know this.
You guys have to fill me on this one. I didn't see this one.
Basically, to sum up the entire 2 games, Celesteela goes burr.
Oh wait, I think I did see this. Yeah, I did see this one. Never mind. No, I was like, oh yeah.
It got up so many boosts. Like it would get an airstream, and then it would get a kill, and then it would get a special attack raise, and then you set off its weakness policy, and then it would get another speed boost, and it was just, and then steel spike here and there, you get defense boost. It was impossible.
Boosts.
It only died in game 2 because it was at +2 defense, and Zacian got a crit wild charge. Only reason it died, or it would have swept. Both games, Celesteela went crazy, and it got a free weakness policy boost the first game because Germ didn't know that after you set up a max geyser, you can't really flare and do the expected amount of damage. Rain definitely hinders your fire type moves, Germ, in the future. Geyser was interesting. It was definitely a cool way to get rid of Incineroar. Too bad it lived on 2, and
then heal itself with like 30 with a berry.
Yeah, it proc the berry. Celesteela got a weakness policy boost, and that was the rest. Celesteela just went burr. It's
unfortunate.
Do we even need to touch on it anymore? I don't know. I mean, Celesteela go burr, move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we are. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we had.
I can't tell if
Wex
Wex is just stopped. I can't tell if Wex is just stopping talking or his mic's cutting out. I'm just like, Wex.
It is confusing sometimes.
I know. I just stop talking sometimes. I'm used to it.
It's first podcast back jitters. That's all it is.
Yeah,
no, it's like.
You prick.
Pretty much.
All right, now let's move on to.
To be fair, though.
All right, we had Gummy versus Mac, though. That's the next game that we're gonna talk about. Gummy.
Gummy came crazy.
Gummy.
Yeah.
Crit me, baby, one more time.
Oh,
Literally.
too soon.
The focus.
I just got it. Too soon.
We're gonna move on from that.
Yes. Okay. We'll go main Mudkips versus San Jose
that's
Sharks.
not what I meant. That's what I meant.
Definitely not South Jersey.
Focus Sash, Dazzling Gleam, Togekiss came crazy, and next to Solgaleo, click an Earthquake in front of the Solgaleo, knocking it down.
Actually,
to
it's
like
pronounced
3%.
Solgaleo.
And weakness policy, Solgaleo kind of just did the rest. Like Focus Sash did so. Focus Sash did so good for Gummy.
Yeah,
because it was able to live the gyro ball and just get off big damage. And
Actually pronounced gyro ball.
I was waiting for it.
would you like to just take over? Like, you talk about it then.
Okay. Gummy pressed buttons and they were good buttons, and then Matt couldn't press the good buttons. He was
Going
close
through
game
te-
1 to pressing the good
That
enough
all
button.
consists to you just pressing buttons. There is strategy involved here.
He's like,
Yeah,
I did
there's
this
strategy.
season 2 and 1.
This button looks pretty, but this button looks productive. Which one do you pick? I'll pick the
pink
pretty
one-
one, and Mac
Pink one go
pressed
blur.
the pretty one, and the pretty one wasn't the right one. It was the productive one. But no, in all reality, I mean, game 1 was pretty close. It came down to, can this Life Orb Hatterene get a lucky crit on the Grimmsnarl?
Hatterene was faster than the Grimmsnarl because it had lagging tail and it hadn't tricked it yet. It almost lost in the game. And then game 2, the lagging tail really came in handy. I forget what he tricked it onto, but it really helped a lot. I think it
I don't
was.
even remember if he tricked
I think
it
it
on
was
something.
I think it was the Hippowdon game 2. He maxed Hippowdon game 2, Mac, and
You would trick. I mean, just taking off the item is probably useful, but still, putting lagging tail on something that's already that slow just kind of feels bad.
well,
It doesn't feel optimal. It's not the optimal play.
Well, it doesn't matter. The speed doesn't matter. Lagging tail just makes you go last. So, like in Trick Room, even though it's faster than something on the field, Trick Room just goes last because of lagging tail. So it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can move on now. Pretty much, Gummy did good. Moving on to the San Jose Sharks as just as fun.
Right, all wrong.
South Jersey Swoobats, my bad.
South
and,
Jersey Sexies. That's what we
shut
should
the
be called.
Don't make me end the podcast. Don't.
Craig,
Don't make
it's time
me
to go.
leave.
It's time to go.
How do you? Where's the Craig leave button? Hold on, I'm talking about Gen.
Somewhere. Yeah, 1 second. No, but
No
you have to-
memes in Gen chat. Sorry.
Anyway, South Jersey
Guys,
Swoobats.
make sure there's no memes in general chat. You're not allowed to do that on this server. Anyway, do you want to talk about your game? You can talk about your game. You can. Go ahead.
Anyway, the South Jersey Swoobats are now at the top of the table after a 2-0 victory. Thanks, Rex.
You're welcome.
Ryolu kind of gave me
You gotta
some
do something about this.
free weakness policy proc this week. Double brick break, both games right into Lapras. Was very clutch. First game it worked out a little better for him because I did try to just set up a reflect, and he got rid of it right away, and he got smacked by a Max Quake. I tried to stop that game too by protecting. It just didn't matter. I did have the reflect up, but like, I still just got fucking mollywopped. So it is what it is. It did its.
It is what it is.
It didn't have much effect on the game as I initially planned, but I got to reflect off game 2, and we still caught a dub. The Thundy Lapras combination did really well this week. It just had a really good matchup into what he brought. I was very glad to not see Kingdra. Gave me some problems in prep until I realized freeze dry was a thing. That was really clutch. Saltfest Thunderous, the reflect up. No, I had a light screen up game 2. That's what it was because Origin Pulse only did
I don't even remember your own game.
It was. I thought I was gonna hit reflect for the crook. I set up light screen for the ogre, which proved really well because Origin Pulse in rain did not that much to Thundy, and I was able to get rid of the ogre. But short and sweet, it was good. It was a tough matchup for me. Proved vital. I worked really hard on prep, just dealing with the rain shenanigans and the weakness policy. Lapras came clutch, and your boy is back at the top of the table where he belongs.
No, I would disagree. That statement has a lot of falsehoods. Just ran it
How so?
through the. I ran it through the falsehood calculator and
Instagram
it's off the
fact
charts. It's off the charts.
Instagram fact checker says this is false.
Yeah, it just You got to be careful when you put out those false statements because there's going to be some dummy out there that actually believes what you're saying. When people who know better and have more experience in the field actually understand that what you are saying is indeed false. So you just have to be more responsible with the words that you're putting out here onto the podcast, because I don't think a lot of people respect that when you speak blasphemy.
I mean, who finished at the top of the table last season?
Yeah, last season doesn't matter. Is that this season? How is there?
Well,
any...
the trend is
correlation. I was dead last.
The trend is
correlation.
Trend is continuing this season, so I don't understand how it wouldn't make sense.
I don't know. I see Rooster, I see Wex, and they all have the same win-loss as you. The only thing you have in your favor is points. So it doesn't really mean that much. If I beat you, it means
nothing. If I beat you last week, it means nothing. How more points gonna mean? 5 more. 5 more.
Wex, how many times have you beat me, Wex?
How much before the season? Right? How much times did I beat Justin? None. How much times did I beat him now? 1. Before the season, how much times did I beat Ryder? None. How much times did I beat him now? 1. You see a trend? Do you see a trend?
Well, I see a trend here, Wex. I do.
Do you see a trend?
I only see one trend, and that's me at the top of the table. Is what I've seen.
Nah, we're gonna run a train on you the last 3 games. You're welcome.
Pause.
Whoa! Moving on.
Okay, that's the last game of week 7. So I guess now it's time to announce the game of the week for week 8. Drum roll, please.
Well, I wonder who it could be.
We have.
It's your boy.
It's Kevin. It's Kevin versus Ryder. I mean, respect to Ryder, but it's Kevin.
Well done, Ryder. Well done, Ryder. Claps for Ryder.
It's your boy. Skinny penis.
Yeah.
Clap for Kev.
I'm still of the mindset that me and Kev should be game of the week next week, since we do play each other. But I guess this one also works.
We have plans for game of the week next week already. We got the South Jersey Derby will be its own. We'll have a mini
derby, not a derby. It's a derby.
Derby, bro.
Oh, it's a derby. It's not a derby. There's the only derby I know is Ronald Darby, and he's a subpar cornerback for God knows what. I think the Buffalo Bills now. He does not matter. Scrub. Anyway.
Derby.
So we're gonna save that for last then? We're gonna save your match for last? Or we can talk about
we can talk about it now. I don't mind. Usually we talk about it now, don't we?
Yeah, we shall go into me versus Ryder. Scared. Ryder is playing well now with his new team. I'm not looking forward to it.
It scares me.
Yeah. After Celesteela going burr, and how annoying Incineroar is, and the Giratina Comfey interaction, I'm just not looking forward to it. Ryder coming in form with the Chihuahua as his picture.
Chihuahua Ryder hits different.
Chihuahua Ryder won the title, lost in the championship. It's not looking great for Poobats. All I can say. I'm looking at my matchup. I think I have some things that could definitely work. Play around with some strategies. I don't want to give too much away. You guys can talk about it if you want, but just to start off the predictions right now. We're back in. All right.
Well, I'm gonna predict Ryder 2-0 because reasons. Anyway, so Celesteela Incineroar obviously is fairly nice. You get you can't really go Intimidate if you are Ryder. I mean, look at his team. He has competitive Gothitelle, Defiant Thundurus, and I think Obstagoon as well gets Defiant. I believe.
Definitely Guts.
Or is it Guts?
Yeah, it gets Guts. It's Guts. I know.
Gets Guts, Defiant, and Reckless.
Yeah, so obviously if you want to bring Incineroar, it's going to feel bad if you choose to use Intimidate. Now, if you use Blaze Incineroar, you obviously avoid that, but then what does it do besides like Fake Out? It really mitigates what Incineroar wants to do, because you can't really Parting Shot, you can't really Snarl, you can't really do these kinds of things given the circumstances. So like, all right, then what else do you bring? Comfey, Giratina. Well, you have a Zamazenta, right? So Comfey is just going to get Behemoth Bashed. I don't know if the Berry lets it live, but probably. So what I'm thinking for Ryder is probably some form of redirection for Celesteela is probably one of your best bets. That way you can avoid a lot of damage from the Zom, and then just start boosting yourself. Kevin, if you feel like this is something that he'd want to do, if you have anything that can mitigate any sort of boosts, that would be a productive move to have. I don't know if Gothitelle gets anything like that or Thunderous gets anything like that, but that would be pretty nice this week. Obviously, screens are always going to be a big thing with the Klefki if you do decide to bring that. But if I'm Ryder, I'm looking at redirection with Togetic and possibly Trick Room. I mean, Kev obviously has Dragalge, but I mean, Celesteela in Trick Room against this really fast team could feel pretty nice. And, you don't know how much Trevenant can do as well, who can just set off Trick Room pretty easily. So, I mean, I'll take Ryder 2-0 just to spite Kev. I mean, I think it'll be much closer than that, but this is just out of spite. This isn't for an accurate
What did I do
prediction
to
here.
deserve that?
Well, I mean, where do I start is the real question. So, do you remember like 5 minutes ago when you're talking about right where I belong at the top of the table, the South Jersey Sexies? I mean, that just made me want to vomit in my mouth. In fact, I think I did. Luckily,
You're
I have
included in that, my guy.
No, but you talk about your team. You're not talking about me. You're talking about your
I was just
team.
talking about South Jersey. Then that's fine. If you don't want to be sexy, that's cool.
Okay, if you want to stroke my cock after I start riding on you, that's fine. Okay, just you should have specified that beforehand. But yeah, I'll take Ryder 2-0.
I'm gonna be a good friend because I'm always a good friend. Remember that, Kev? You son of a bitch. But I'm gonna pick Kev 2-1 here because I think there's one or two mons who have some nice moves, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna say it. Will I say it? Justin, do I say it? Yes or no?
Oh, you absolutely say it.
I mean, Zamazenta gets a lot. I'm just gonna say that. For Celesteela, it gets Wild Charge. For Giratina, it gets Crunch. For Comfey, it gets a bunch of Steel moves. Incineroar it's Stab Fighting. It gets a lot of stuff. Trevenant, it has Crunch. Magnezone, I think it has some moves. It has all the fighting moves. Gets a lot. So
Yeah, Max Giratina weakness policy just to punish the Zamazenta for trying to crunch into it because Zamazenta obviously can't max. That's definitely a really good play, especially if it's special Giratina this week. I think that'd be very productive considering he doesn't want to have any attack drops.
or he doesn't want any defense boosting stuff for Zamazenta just not being able to be touched. But I know I'm gonna put some belief in Kev. I feel like Kev probably brings Klefki. Maybe try to set up some screens or something. Maybe try to stop Zamazenta from dying. Because if he just does that, then I'm gonna believe in Kev. Yeah, 2-1 is my prediction anyway.
Obviously you're backing yourself. Do you even need to say that you're gonna say 2-0 you?
I've already input it in. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, yeah, we don't need to say anything then. 2-0.
All right. Let's move on. We have Ryolu versus Gummy. How do you guys think this matchup's gonna go? I feel I've been a firm believer in Gummy recently, but this is a tough matchup. I'll probably still back Gummy after I analyze the teams a little bit. But this is a good matchup. I'll throw to you, Kev. What do you think?
Ooh, yeah, I mean, this is a tough one to call. I think I'm gonna go 2-0 Gummy. For no other reason.
These predictions were in before last night when it happened.
Yeah, this game is
guys.
This game.
You're not supposed to say this.
The game has already been played. We've already made our predictions. See you next week. See you next week. See you next week at recap.
All right.
I'm just saying, I would have said Solgaleo looks pretty good. Just saying, but then it would have been Solgaleo versus Kirk. Who would win? Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Anyway, all right.
We talk about that. Talk about that next week. Talk about next week. Redemption Arc.
We can move on.
Card 6 at this stage. I think it is. I don't know how much Redemption Arc there is at this stage. It's so much. I think that was the first.
Next
All
week,
right,
the
so-
game of the special eds.
Special
Oh
ed
my
with the-
god. you didn't just say that.
Eli's not even here.
Yeah, it's Quartz versus Rooster, the team of the special ed teams that just bring some dumbass shit, and how you're not supposed to. Like, how do you prep for the dumbass shit that this game is going to have the most dumb things I've ever witnessed in my entire life? I'm calling it now, and it's going to be
Go ahead.
one big AIDS fest is what this game is going to be. We're going to see some. I can't even predict what we're going to see because
we're going to see Max wheezing galore. I guarantee you that's definitely something that's going through his head.
Ooh.
Guaranteed. I mean, look at the matchup. Tangrowth, you get poison type for Kyurem, you get fairy type.
Poison
for
type
Moltres?
for Kyurem? You mean fairy type for Kyurem?
That's what I said.
You said poison.
I said fairy. I said poison for Tangrowth.
And Kyurem, but it's fine. No, it's
no,
fine.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't. But I didn't.
Did, but I can see.
But here's the thing. I didn't. That's the funny thing about it. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I understand. Don't worry about it.
No, but you definitely did. So you'll hear it back and you'll see. So
no, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I think I'm pretty confident in what just happened, and I definitely didn't say poison into Kyurem. I said shouldn't be specifically. I said fairy into Kyurem because I consciously made that decision. I was actually thinking when I was saying this kind of thing. So you can't do this to me this time. I will not be gaslit. But
just wait till you're wrong and you hear this back. It's gonna be so funny. I can't wait.
Wait till you're wrong. Okay, wait till you're wrong. Okay, that's gonna be hilarious. Hilarious.
Can I predict what's gonna happen in this game? Because I'm looking at this and I don't see a reason why he doesn't do it. But Richard's just gonna max Clink. Like at this stage, Clink gets a lot of stuff. So Kyurem gets killed by Clink. Raichu, not really. Ninetales is
Raichu's just frail.
Ninetales is just completely dead, like gone, dusted. Tangrowth, I think does Clink. I think I might get like a fire move. I'm not 100% sure, even though I used it.
I wouldn't actually no, not to cut you off too much, Wex, but honestly, if he brings support Klinklang with Valerian Wheezing and then maxes the Wheezing, he could actually put in some decent work. I want to see it, just to be different. I want to see it. We all know Rooster loves to be different. I mean, he's brought Munchlax how many times? It's been annoying. So
I'm just saying.
Maybe just Pikachu G-Max just to say fuck it, revenge.
Is Arctazol Slush Rush? Is that the one that gets Slush Rush or what?
Yes, it does get Slush Rush.
I mean, if he just brings Arctazol, just being like, well,
use the hail against him.
Yeah, use hail against me. Bet. No, you could just run. Oh, I actually didn't realize he has a Bombasol and Arctazol. That's dangerous. He could do that this week, but yeah, again, that's kind of just setting up for Ninetales. But I can see Arctazol coming in the back because that's two possibilities for bringing hail. So, I mean, it's pretty nice in that way. But I like Klinklang here. I'm gonna say Klinklang's gonna come and see. Moltres
I say
does
Rooster 2-0. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay. Moltres does have a pretty nice matchup here, but yeah, again, like I said, Klinklang gets Wild Charge. I know that for a fact. So that could happen. Pikachu could come out again. Pikachu versus Raichu. Who knows? Let's see what else here. Tangrowth is probably gonna come and try and do some raise powder BS to something. Gee, you have a lot of similarities here. I'm just looking at this. Snow Warning Mons. We have Pikachu and Raichu. We have Tangrowth and Amoonguss. A lot of these are pretty similar, so I mean, Ditto's pretty much everything on his team, so I'm doing really.
It'd be cool if he brings that Ditto to see what it transforms into. We haven't seen Ditto in a while.
I'd really like to see Ditto in the back. Calyrex maybe gets 1 or 2 kills on a few things. Ditto in the back takes Calyrex's boost and just fires it off at it or something. That'd be pretty nice to see.
That'd be really cool. I think that this week, I think Quartz is actually gonna prep this week more than he's ever prepped before, and he's gonna bring some crazy shit. And I'm gonna go. He's got the Moltres for the Calyrex. He's got some tings up his sleeve. I'm thinking. So, as much as Rooster has been playing well all season, and Quartz hasn't, I think I'm gonna back the redemption arc and the prep actually from Quartz, and I'm gonna say 2-1 Quartz.
Pretty good. I'm gonna say 2-1 Rooster. Just because I know I haven't even mentioned it, but does Quartz have a lot for Gigas? Really? Monchan?
That's why he picked up Hitmonchan.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd imagine, but I'm sure he's gonna bring it. But even if he does get one set, I think Rooster. Like, I know I beat him and all this week, but I think he has like the mental fortitude, as some people would say. But I do like him here, even though I think it's gonna be pretty close. I'll just go with Rooster 2-1, and with that, our prediction out of the way. And yes, Eli's predictions will be on screen as well. Again, he's not here because
I think we already know what Eli's prediction is going to be.
I'll already. I mean, he's so far. He got 1 point for the Gummy game, so he's halfway to his high score. He's halfway there. You know what? Props to Eli. Props to Eli. Honestly, 1 game down, he's already half his high score.
You just spoil the ending.
Whatever. People know it's happened by now.
But
yeah, we can move on to my game now, and I'm being honest, I'm not gonna reveal much. Mainly because I haven't.
Okay, it's our turn.
Right, well, I'll do it for you. All right, let's look at this matchup real quick. Throw it on the screen for me.
Wex versus Mao. Ooh,
Yveltal has fun. Yveltal has a lot of fun.
Yveltal has fun every week, and I'm tired of it.
Yveltal has fun every week. I love it. I love it, man. Best draft pick I've ever made.
And y'all say I just click buttons. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, right. Clicks the Yveltal Mienshao button and then just says, yeah, good luck.
Or Yveltal Clef or Metagross Clef or Yveltal Metagross Mienshao. It's pretty nice. Not gonna lie.
I really don't know what Mal does, honestly.
I
don't know. Dedenne? I mean, Dedenne is going to be good.
Yeah,
here.
I was going to say Dedenne looks decent. I think Cinderace could come good too. It's neutral. Yveltal and Metagross aren't going to want to take those fireballs.
Yeah.
Dedenne can slow things down with Nuzzle.
An Eerie Impulse as well. I mean, it's not Prankster, so it's definitely going to lower the special attack. So that's something you really have to consider. It's something that could be really, really viable. I think Sableye does not come, given that Yveltal is Dark type. So, I mean, if you know Yveltal is going to be one of the Mons, I don't think Sableye has as much usage as you would like. You could still bring it for a Helping Hand or other shenanigans that doesn't reach across to the Yveltal. But, I mean, it just doesn't feel as good. But, I mean, then again, Will-O-Wisp onto the Metagross would feel very, very nice. So there's always that.
Maybe Wex decides to bring a different item other than Weakness Policy on Metagross this week, so we can't get.
I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah,
there's no way.
I mean,
there's no way.
I'm not gonna lie, I just missed last 5-10 seconds of that because I just got actually delivered food. Oh, that's pretty nice. But I completely missed. But yeah, I'm just gonna click buttons and win.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have no doubt that you will. I have no doubt that you will. But
do you guys give predictions?
We didn't do predictions yet, but I think Mao has an avenue. He has an avenue for sure. It just depends on how quickly can he deal with Mienshao.
Cinderace pretty nice. Well, like
if he can deal with Mienshao, like efficiently, like say dies.
Cinderace gets bouncy, he could just max Cinderace and just throw off an airstream. Do I run Sash or not? I don't know. I'm just going to put my prediction. I'm going to say 2-1 me, simply because I've looked back on the weeks, and anytime I've guessed myself to be 2-0, I've lost. Every time I guess myself to be 2-1, I've won. So, most times, so I'm just going to play them odds. Just go get 2-1.
Alright, I'll actually back that. I'm going to say 2-1 you as well. I think that's pretty realistic. I think, for you, I think it comes down to how can you deal with the Dedenne. Yeah, I think it comes down to how can you deal with the Dedenne. If you can deal with the Dedenne and make sure Yveltal doesn't just get absolutely clobbered by Eerie Impulses, I think you'll be okay. That's my take, though.
I'm struggling over here because I want to be a good friend, but I don't know.
Well, Kevin, it's not that I'm not used to anything.
I can't say I'm not surprised, Wex. I can't say I'm not surprised.
I mean, you can't talk, Mr. 2-0 Ryder.
Yeah. So, your point?
That was my point. You can't talk.
I
anyway,
can, actually, I have vocal cords and a mouth, therefore I can talk.
I can't hear anything.
I live in the great country of the United States of America. And if you didn't know, I'll give you a little lesson here. We have freedom of speech here. So I get to say whatever I want as long as I'm not endangering anybody. So
You're endangering my personal space. I'm triggered. I need my safe zone.
you do live in like a city like
actually,
that in Philly. Fucking libtard. Yeah, get fucked, libshart. You fucking...
But just be honest.
I don't know.
You know what? Back him out. Do it.
Back
Like,
now?
honestly, yeah, do it. If you do it, you know what? I'm just gonna prove you wrong. It's gonna what's it called? Run me up, because the only week I've lost, like that everyone voted for me. So you know what? Vote for me. I won't be offended this time. Be offended.
It's a tough one. It is a tough one. But
If you go for me, I honestly won't be offended because it's just gonna motivate me.
I'll say 2-1 Wex. I'm gonna lock in 2-1 Wex.
We did it. We peer pressured them into it. Nice.
No,
Good
no.
choice.
I actually think Wex is gonna win, but it's just hard because I think Mal has a good matchup, and you both said the same exact thing. So how do I move up the prediction table if I just agree with you? But you know, we're gonna play it safe, and we're gonna say 2-1 Wex.
Okay, I think we can move on now to Will versus Harrison. Will, I haven't looked at the matches, but Will's been on a tear recently. I think it's only right if I do back him this week, simply because every time I back him,
This is gonna be a good one. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it is. Eternus versus Groudon and Charizard. Oh, this is actually gonna be a really nice one. Did you get Porygon this week?
Yes.
No, isn't that for the week after?
No, that's next week. So actually, I think the doc is wrong. So I think it says Crobat on it, or it says Porygon on it. I think he gets it next week.
No, the trade went through. Like, Gummy was able to use Dracozolt. Gummy just can't use his transaction the next week. No, Porygon is viable. This week.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Porygon's viable.
Yeah.
I do like this. Swoopback could come again. He dies again.
I mean, why not? Right? He has a great matchup every week. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
just for existing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes again. I think Jinx maybe comes this week. I feel like some sleep shenanigans could put the matchup in his favor. I feel like we haven't seen Jinx in a while. Blastoise looks all right, but you know, you gotta handle the Sun somehow. I think if he can get Blastoise in without Sun, Blastoise can do some big things. I'm not quite sure on Volcarona's moveset either, but maybe like Volcarona could do some big things in Sun. I think it maybe gets a grass move, and that can help with Groudon. Fire, he can take advantage of the Sun for pretty much everything else other than Charizard. So, I mean, if he finds a way to deal with Charizard, I feel like this will be the battle of Stealth Rocks. Whoever can set up Stealth Rocks more accurately.
Finally, yes.
I mean, Volcarona and Charizard are on the field. Someone's got to bring Stealth Rocks. Like, it's just gonna have to.
Please, like, Harrison, Groudon with Stealth Rocks, not substitute, not anything funky. Stealth Rocks.
I think that's the key.
We'll just be rattled.
He'll be shook. He'll be shook.
Faces Stealth Rocks enough to just be like, okay, this is a problem. If he puts it up, he will focus on getting rid of Stealth Rocks rather than trying to kill your team. Honestly, it's not a bad option.
Rapid Spin Blastoise. We're gonna see some single sets out here.
If see this shit,
I should have had that on, shouldn't I?
See this shit, I'm quitting. What?
Yeah, if I see some Rapid Spin Stealth Rock shit, I'm not. See, I'd be excited as much as it's a single shitty single set. It'd be really funny because, I mean, Rocks hit Crobat pretty good, and the Zard, hit the Volcarona. Rocks will be great. It'll
and Rotom as well. Don't sleep on it doing damage to Rotom.
I'll be very sad when if they hit Swoobat, but other than that, it'll be very cool to see.
Swoobat just deserves death. So
you have a cold heart. You should learn. From Swoobat.
I don't know. I understand you like Swoobat because of how it looks, but it's not viable.
It has a heart on its nose. It is full of love. It is a friend, and you continue to tear it down.
It doesn't mean it's good at being a Pokemon. It just kind of dies.
Listen, if it taunted last week, it stays alive the entire time, guaranteed. Beast.
I don't know about that one. I don't
Guaranteed.
About that one.
Of course.
I don't know about that one. That one's. I don't know. I don't think I believe that one. But yeah. I guess.
I'm locking in a 2-1 Will. I'm a back Will. Harrison's been on the.
I'm a back
Harrison's been in
Will.
the slums.
I'll back Will 2-0 because honestly, as much as I shit on Swoobat, Blastoise has a pretty good matchup. So as long as he shell smashes and you get Simple Beam off with Swoobat, my God, the damage. And he doesn't have anything that can really hit super hard into Blastoise. So I mean, even if he's at like half, right? That's gonna be good enough. And he also has Manectric. I mean, we can't avoid looking like we can't ignore that. You can also switch that in with Lightning Rod if Groudon wants to do a Thunder Punch into Blastoise, if that's his coverage, right? So like he has ways of protecting Blastoise, and it could just really just go ham. So I mean, Kangaskhan with Fake Out would be nice, but at this point, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way of really stopping him. So yeah, I would say 2-0 Will. I'll say 2-0 Will. I think that's fair.
I had a slight error there on my microphone. Don't know what happened there.
It is your turn to predict, my friend.
It is my turn to predict. I also don't know what happened there.
Oh boy.
It's happened like twice already this podcast. But
You
I think
good?
it might be 3 times. I think it might be 3 times. Is it?
No.
Oh boy.
We'll come.
Boy.
Stay tuned for Wex's prediction.
I don't know what's happening with me today.
The potato internet, as Rooster calls it.
I need to change my potatoes. Fuck.
I gotta change my potatoes over. I didn't do
That's
it
what
since daylight savings time. Fuck.
Oh damn it! No, I was.
That's
just,
what it was.
The potatoes are still 2G over there.
2G. Wait, you guys got multiple Gs? What? We just got G.
Just G.
We got G, but does Sandicon have Sandstream or is it Sandspit?
It's a lowercase G.
Sandspit.
Ah, damn. No, 'cause I was gonna say if it gets Sandstream, that'd be pretty good for dealing with Sun. But oh, this one's tough. I want to back Will.
I believe Whimsicott might get Prankster Rain Dance. I don't know.
Oh, that's a
It
shot.
does.
Yeah.
It does, I think.
I know it gets Sunny Day.
Yeah, I was just if it deals with like the Sun from Groudon, Blastoise has the field day. I think. Like Shell Smash Blastoise just goes off, so I think Will is gonna find a way to.
It does not. It does not get.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh.
No, it just gets Sunny Day.
Oh.
Sad.
I'm gonna agree with Justin. I'm gonna say 2-0 Will. Because I just think Will's gonna be able to pull off. He's had an unbelievable season. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys when I was gone talked about something. I don't know what. I'm probably just how bad it is.
Yeah. Kind of talked about Swoobat.
Swoobat. I think we can move on to Germ against Justin now.
Hold on, let me get my notepad open.
No, but Justin, I'm gonna just say, are you back in Germ this week? Because you know after last week.
I mean, I should. I mean, back the other person and then just win. I mean, it's a win-lose, but it's a guaranteed win-lose. You know.
I see where you're coming from.
No, I'll back myself. I'll back myself 2-0, but I know it's gonna be difficult. I mean, just take a look at the matchup. I have a Steel type. Restricted, he has Zacian crowned. He has probably arguably the best thing to handle Dialga. So it's hard. I would say it's one of the better ones. I would say it's one of the best, to be honest.
I mean, I guess Zacian can sort of count as a fighting type, but this dude doesn't have a fighting type or a ground type to handle Dialga.
I meant like restricted wise, it's probably the best one to go into.
I mean, it can't Behemoth Blade you. All it can do is Sacred Sword you, and I feel like that's just gonna set off a weakness policy.
It gets close combat, but yeah, I think you're living in close combat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about close combat.
Well, it depends how EV. If he pairs it with a Salamence and just specially destroys me, it's not
Fairy either.
Yeah, it's just not feeling good.
I think Salamence gets Earthquake, so that'd be pretty cool. Could run physical mends.
Actually, would. Oh no, yeah, no, I was thinking play rough. Never mind. I was about to say we'll play rough when it's out because no, you're resistant. But...
Anyway, I think I have it just depends. I feel like I have an okay matchup. I mean, I definitely have a winnable matchup.
I like
to me on paper.
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I like Rain here again. With some Seismitoad into Zacian. Looking pretty nice.
And yeah, but still, I mean,
actually, the Zacian's still outspeed.
I think you can probably EV Seismitoad to outspeed it for sure.
Yeah, you can, but here's the thing: I'm not O-killing the Zacian, so it's just gonna Behemoth Blade me, and I'm dead. No, so it doesn't feel good. Still, it still hurts a lot.
Like a Quake from Seismitoad will do a lot more than you think.
Yeah. Seismitoad,
Life. I'll have to see.
Life Orb maybe, but yeah, Life Orb maybe. Life Orb, Quake, Indexation maybe.
With that being said, I think with his only real way is a non-stab max move to hit Dialga, and Rain kind of going burr as well. And you have a great way to deal with Clefairy and Glastrier.
Dialga.
I'm calling a 2-0, Justin.
Oh wow! Thank you. I guess. I mean, that's.
You know what? No pressure. I'm gonna pile on the pressure. 2-0 Justin as well. We're feeling all the love here.
Oh, you go fuck yourself, guys. That's not fair.
You see what he's doing, Justin? He's just matching us, so we can't catch up to him on the prediction table.
Wait,
that's why special rule incoming. Maybe not this week, but a following week will be. So
I have to choose just the opposite. I just get completely screwed because I'm so far in front. It's absolute bullshit.
When Wex gets
if I don't lose at all this, if I lose this overall prediction, like at the end, it's gonna be some grade A bullshit that ends up losing it. Because I'm not dropping 10 points to Kev over the next 3 weeks. I'm not.
You might. When the special rule is you get a prediction wrong, you lose points. That's gonna be.
Well, then Justin is just gonna go into minus points, so let's find that.
Hey, that's
I'm
uncalled for.
Eli on the other hand, Eli's fucked.
Oh, Eli's screwed.
Eli's gone. Because Ryder ain't making your predictions this week, Eli. So I mean, 2 is high score, so he's already halfway there.
All right, so we have 3 2-0s for me. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh boy, I can't wait to see what Eli says. Probably 2-1 me, maybe 2-0. I don't know. I think he'll back me though. All right, with that being said,
I feel like Eli's gonna back the special men's.
True. Actually, true.
He does scream about specs, men's. He does scream about it. All right, moving on to our last
final
game of 8. We have Mac versus Griffin. This is also
Battle of the Trick Room.
Well, yes, but also really it's kind of a battle for, positioning for those last spots in the playoffs. It's definitely because Mac's currently sitting at 10th. Griffin really needs a win to put himself into contention, and against Mac, this is the best matchup he could have, asked for. I don't want to I'm not saying anything, but somebody's already played. So that does help him.
Yeah.
And if I beat Germ, that'll also help him. So it's pretty it's doable. It's doable to get back into the 10th slot. And like I said before,
he's in 10th. He's 10th currently, isn't he? Yeah,
Mac is 10th. Yeah, Griffin's currently 14th, but he made some transactions, and he's just looking not to lose.
Yeah, they're next week.
And not used for this game. So
yeah, but that's for week 9 and 10.
However, Rayquaza and Urshifu kind of goes ham this week. I'm not gonna cap. Urshifu goes really hard, and Rayquaza's got that speed advantage on Zekrom. This is going to be interesting. I think if Griffin can use those two effectively, he'll be in a great spot.
Yeah, I think Griffin has a really nice matchup this week.
I think
Urshifu is a problem.
What does Indeedee do? Follow me so it can die to a wicked blow. Oh, Hatterene's on the field. Oh, so it can die Oh, there's Zekrom, a parrot with a Rayquaza, or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I do not care.
Okay.
Just to double into the Zekrom that's trying to Dragon Dance. Like, no. These things are dying.
I think Hatterene is a must, as it's so good in Urshifu and Rayquaza. But at the same time, those two, in order to get it in, might have to be Hatterene Ryolu, because I don't think Griff has a way to stop it with Rayquaza Urshifu, and then in Trick Room, Hatterene can kind of go nuts. But if it's out of Trick Room and it doesn't protect, I think Rayquaza and Urshifu can deal enough damage onto it to take it out. I mean, it's not Dark isn't super effective, but I believe Urshifu gets Iron Head. Rayquaza gets a stab max Airstream that'll do a ton of damage. So I mean, if Griffin can handle Hatterene, Griffin's in a great spot, I think.
Yeah, he really needs to. If he can have a way to deal with Copycat Ryolu into a max guard Hatterene, I think he's going to be in a really good spot. But if he doesn't, Hatterene's going to do a lot of work. It's going to put in so much work.
I just think Griffin just needs to stop Trick Room from going up, honestly. So in prison, I wouldn't like these birds if in prison, but again, you can run the Copycat shenanigans. But doesn't prison stop Copycat Trick Room?
No, because of Riolu's it might in normal situations.
Oh yeah.
Because max guard is +4, and then Riolu's priority prankster Copycat,
well,
it goes off very quickly.
I'm not sure if max guard is going to be in play because our first few maxes, then max guard just does nothing. Again, it probably is the better play simply because if max takes less damage, Urshifu is probably not going to kill it in one. I'd imagine. I mean,
max Steel Spike from Urshifu probably doesn't kill. Maybe max defense Hatterene this week. Like min speed, max special attack, max defense. The max Steel Spike it would go through protect, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Kofa comes at some point.
I feel like I trust Mac this week to get up Trick Room with Hatterene, and I think for that reason I'm going to go 2-1 Mac, despite the matchup.
And I'm going to start to say my predictions early, because you're honestly just picking the same thing as I was going to go for. I was going to go
You can't say that because I said it first, so ha. Now you're copying me.
Yeah, fine. I am copying. I'm not going to copy you. 2-0 Mac. Fuck you. 2-0 Mac. I was going to say 2-0 Mac.
Where do I want to go?
Like, one thing that I would like to see, I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe if Griffin sees, the Trick Room could be going up, speed swap or Bombi with Hatterene. Hatterene is now extremely fast, however, Trick Room goes up and now it's last priority on the field. That could be pretty funny. Now, do I think it's going to bring it? No. Oh, I just think that'd be funny.
Alright. Well, I don't know what I want. I really don't. Do I want to see Griff win? Yes. Do I want to see Mac win? Yes.
So I just put down a draw.
Yeah, they're just gonna draw. They're gonna draw. They're gonna both DQ because they're extending the game too long. No, realistically, I think this is a great matchup for Griffin, and if he plays the cards right, he could definitely pull away with a win. But I think Mac's gonna put up a good fight. I'm gonna say 2-1 Griffin. That's my prediction.
Ooh. Maybe some Justin prep this week.
Maybe if he wants it, he can reach out. I mean, I definitely have some time this week to do that sort of thing. So if he wants maybe me to just look at his team and see what I think, that's also acceptable. But the last time we did that,
it didn't
he
work.
still lost. No, it didn't work. So it's we'll see. I mean, it's up to him. But I have faith in Griffin.
Gotta have faith.
Yeah, I don't know that song. Anyway, what is the special rule? What is the special rule? Did I miss
We
it?
have not come up with the special rule, maybe, or maybe we did. I don't know. We got a secret special rule this week.
Oh, I know what we're doing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah,
Um,
we'll keep it that secret one. But just know you got to pay attention to the prediction table because
Yes.
it will change depending on certain factors.
All I'm gonna say is, boys, may the luck be ever in your favor.
And make sure you make the best move that you can make. All right.
I see what you did there.
Anyway, that wraps up episode Cosine 32. Thank you guys so much for joining me, Kev and Wex. It's always a pleasure to do these podcasts with you. And for next week, we will be covering what happens in week 8 and then previewing what's going to happen in week 9. And hopefully, we're not all in the bin because we're sad because we lost. That's the goal. Cross my fingers. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Take care and peace.
Peace out, guys.
That's guys, around. See you guys later.